energy and efficient energy usage and responsible low-carbon energy usage is hugely important for Calor gas. It's equally important in the home. 30% of all emissions in this country come from the home. 30% from business, 30% from home, 30% from transport. So you can make a big difference in your own home. And actually, it's not all that hard. There's almost basic steps to it. First thing, look for drafts. The home can be actually quite warm, but if you get drafts coming in through the doors, through the windows, you feel cold and you tend to turn up the heating. So look for those drafts. They're easily excluded with draft excluders and so on. Secondly, one of the things that really works when you talk to heating consultants about giving advice into big hotels and big business, they say just put up notices on the wall saying switch things off. Even in business, how often do you switch off your computer or your photocopier? And these are enormous uses of energy. Within your own home, there's lights, there's TVs, there's radios, there's things that you have on standby. And just getting into that mentality of saying, we're in this room, are the lights outside this room that can be switched off? Are there things that are running perhaps on standby that we don't require that can be switched off? And that can actually make an enormous difference to the carbon dioxide emissions of a home. You combine that with the technology we've been talking about, such as micro-combined heat and power, and for a typical home, just doing those things, making sure you've got the right heating technology with the right home system. It's important that you have both. You can halve the amount of carbon dioxide that a typical house is putting out. It can have that much of an effect. So government is bringing in policies that are designed to help us use energy efficiently in our house and reduce our carbon dioxide. One of them is a smart meter policy you'll have seen an awful lot about, and increasingly will, that will allow you to be able to measure exactly the energy your house is using in terms of electricity. The other is the government is trying to incentivize and support low carbon technologies. So with micro CHP, for instance, micro combined heat and power, you can actually get paid by the government to generate electricity in your house. So you actually get paid to generate it. Micro combined heat and power is a new technology that is just ever so logical. It is about the size of a boiler, and it replaces your current boiler. But instead of generating just heat, is what you're used to, it generates heat and electricity. Electric you buy into your house is enormously inefficient. So to actually generate in your home the electricity in a established, safe technology becomes very, very sensible, because that electricity is not only half the price of what electricity is that you buy in, it's also considerably lower carbon, because what you're doing is making electricity, but then using the heat in your home to heat your water, to heat your house. I think there is now a head of steam developing behind low carbon technology. You'll have seen starting to appear on roofs solar heat systems that take heat from the sun and put it into your hot water, particularly in the summer, when all you're really requiring is hot water. Those have taken 10 or 12 years to get up to speed. We've got 120,000 gas-safe qualified installers out there, but they have to learn different techniques. But already we're now starting to see that technology rolled out. We're starting to see it on more and more houses. And the same thing has really happened on the heating and boiler side. The condensing boiler came in. Now already, boilers that can generate electricity coming onto the market. So I think that there was an understanding of the climate change issue. There was an understanding of the need to reduce carbon emissions and use energy more efficiently. And that understanding has now translated into technology that can deliver that. But I absolutely must stress that this all starts in the home. It starts from us all managing energy as responsibly as possible, insulating where possible, putting on a jumper and turning down the heat a couple of degrees where possible, thinking about the technology that you're using. It's a bit like a car and a car engine. You might have the most efficient engine going, but unless you have the total car package that is delivering the efficiencies, the whole thing's not going to work. And that's the way you have to think. I can see low carbon, efficient use of energy being part of our lives going on into the future. I think that there is an understanding, and I think there is now technology, and I think that as we go forward, we'll be using energy and reducing carbon emissions very effectively within this country.